Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. How I'm doing?
And I'm Vinny, and man, oh man, is absolutely raining down in so many different directions. I feel like I'm like one of the women in that, that thing about fans or whatever, where it's like 1,000 guys in 12 hours. Yeah, that's how the stock
That's
market
a
feels right now.
that's an apt analogy, my friend. That's
Yeah, well, I saw an article about it this week or whatever. So,
it was an
but
article. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
we're getting hit in so many different directions right now. It's not even crazy. This is SPY. Okay, yeah. Not looking so great. 3.5% on a major index in a week, which is pretty brutal.
Not good.
Not to be outdone, here's triple Q, 4.7% in a week. Yeah.
Let's get to the. There we go.
Yeah, and then it's not even like the really robust companies, the Mag Seven, that have been like the absolute like saints of the last few years. They're holding up better than average. They're actually doing worse than average. 6.5% for them in 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is the big issue, right? Because we've had, I think it's about 48% of the queues is 7 or 8 companies. So once those 7 or 8 companies stop propping everything up, things tend to fall pretty fast. So we've kind of talked on this channel a couple times. We have cash. I've had cash waiting. I'm not going to use it yet, but I mean, I'm starting to salivate here.
yeah.
Pretty
I mean, fair
excited.
enough. Yeah, for sure. I definitely texted a couple of buddies on Friday. I was like, hey, the market's 1.7% off price today in terms of a sale. Obviously keeping dry powder is a great idea. But like this is probably the major headline that's driving a lot of this. We're going to get into a few headlines here, but I don't know if you saw this, but the
Yeah.
Iranians are attempting to levy like a transit fee on the Strait of Hormuz at $2 million per vessel. It'd be
I-
about $80 billion per year
Yeah. I
in
mean,
total.
they're trying to fund, right?
Yeah, yeah, and like of course, the U.S. is currently deploying like Marine battalions and the 101st Airborne over there. So it looks like we're about to do like a land invasion, at least somewhere near the Strait of Hormuz, in order to create a buffer there and hopefully protect international shipping. It's they're putting the pieces in place. I don't know if they're actually going to do it, but they're going to have that option to shortly,
Yeah,
which
it's
is wild.
also we have no idea the length of time, right? So like people got used to Venezuela where it's like, hey, 7 hours, 8 hours,
Yeah.
pretty good, right? But then people are thinking like the Iraq War that was 9 years. So we have no idea. We were thinking initially this was going to be like a week, and now it's like, okay, maybe not actually.
Yeah. I
Not a
mean,
deal.
there will be ripple effects from this that will last years. We'll talk about
Yes.
them briefly here in a second. So this is how unstable the world's energy supply is getting. Did you see the story about Thailand? They told their bureaucrats to start using the stairs. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah.
Once you start saving on elevator electricity, that's how you know
Well,
it's oh
I mean,
boy.
this war has been going on for a month now. So many of the cargo vessels that have been at sea that got out before this are starting to run out in terms of making their ports, meaning that we're going to start to see supply shortages at basically at this point. Even if they reopen the strait tomorrow, we're going to have a period of time where
Yeah.
supply is very much constrained and won't be able to catch back up immediately.
Yeah, no, it's and the U.S. is already dipping into reserves. There's a if it was like a 2 day thing, no ripple effect. But now, even if everything solves tomorrow, still gonna be a lot of problems.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, like this article, we talked about this already previously, but talking about the LNG facility in Qatar that was
Yeah,
hit by an Iranian drone that wiped out 17% of the production capacity and will take 5 years to rebuild. And you also talked about it in light of this being a major exporter. I can't remember what percentage of the world's supply of helium comes from
yep.
the same facility. Yeah. So
Helium is incredibly important for all chips. It's not direct. It's more of a ladder thing, but it's not good. We need
yeah,
helium. There's not many places that can produce mass helium. I feel like it was like 50%. I'll look that up right now.
yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but a substantial portion of it. I want to say I thought it was 20%, but either way, significant ripple effects there. And particularly when we talk about LNG, what is the result of that going to be going forward for the U.S.? We have this major data center thing, which has been talked about extensively, and massive power demand, grid build out going. But the marginal cost of electricity in the United States is derived from natural gas. Right. And if now LNG prices are shooting through the roof like the freaking meme stock, electricity prices in the US are going to be something that's going to feel this down the road, and probably rather significantly so. This is Google Gemini. Yeah, right. Run on AI, cost probably a couple dollars of electricity to make this calculation, but
Perfect.
23% increase in that electricity cost last year, another 8.5% predicted for this year. But that was prior to the whole war in the Middle East, probably. So I can only imagine what the number is going to be going forward.
And it was 1/3. It was what 1/3 of the world's helium is at that
Okay.
plant.
Yeah, somewhere between both of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have something like as core to U.S. as oil going up, like I said, once again, meme stock rally level, it really drives the cost of everything up, right? 70% in 6 months, like utterly bananas. The downstream effects of this, because energy is going to be more expensive, producing anything is going to be more expensive. I don't know if have you seen the data on like I didn't put a chart in here, unfortunately, for fertilizer.
No, no.
No. So of course it's major planting season in like the northern
Yeah.
hemisphere now, and fertilizer prices have gone up I think 40 or 60% as well because petroleum products are used in the input there.
Oh,
So
man,
food,
it just affects every single possible industry because every single thing does transportation, which then, oh my God.
yeah, food's about to be expensive. You're literally going to be talking about potential for like global starvation coming here. Okay, this is crazy. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just in an overly pessimistic mood today, but and then like this is the LNG, just to show you what this thing has done. 52% year to date. And once again, meme stock level trading of the commodities that are required for so many aspects of modern life. This is wild, utterly insane. Where
Yeah,
we're
and
going
that's not
right now.
good. I guess that drop in Carnival Cruise Lines and all cruise lines makes a lot more sense now because it dropped like 30% or whatever from the high, like almost immediately. I was like, that seems
Yeah.
a lot, but now I'm thinking like, that's actually okay. Might need to drop more.
I don't remember which line it was, but I did see a story about there's like two cruise ships that are like stuck in like
Oh
the
my
Gulf there,
God.
where they basically can't get out because obviously you could sail a cruise ship through there. What do you think the Iranians are gonna do?
Yeah.
Not gonna be pretty. And then as if like it's not enough right now. This is the other kind of headline going on this week that is really affecting those Mag 7 stocks in particular. Basically, the thought here is that they lied about how addictive their product is and that it diminishes the mental health of particularly teenagers or teenage girls in particular. I don't it's funny to me that the companies are still denying this because there's basically a ton of research that says it's true, and obviously their product is designed to be more engaging, which is another way to say addictive. But we have like the first kind of major verdict here where they were awarded $3 million, 70% of it assessed to Meta for their Instagram product and the other 30% to YouTube, Google, and saying that it damaged the mental health of this young woman. And it's maybe like a watershed moment because the claim here is that this may be like their big tobacco thing where they're finally going to be taken to, some sort of punishment. I don't want to say what I was going to say, in order to uh, basically atone for their sins, if you will. They were seeking $1 billion in damages. They ended up getting 3 million. But is it really cracking the foundation? Because look at the number that are potentially here: 1,600 plaintiffs, over 350 families, and 250 school districts suing these mega tech companies. Yeah.
So I get that. Yes, they're more addictive. So they're gonna appeal. I did think the CEOs of Google or YouTube was pretty funny because he's like, yeah, this is. I think that I don't know why we're in this. Meta makes sense, but
I didn't see that.
I man, this is a tough one for me because you have freedom of choice. I don't. I don't want to have an unpopular view here, but I don't see how you can blame a company when it's you choose to download the app and use it. So
Yeah. Well,
every single app, not just social media, every single app, game, everything is trying to get you on there longer.
mhm.
Everything. So this would
Yeah.
be video game. Everything. Every single app is fighting for your attention. They're trying to
Yeah.
make as many dopamine hits as possible. So if this becomes a problem, I don't know how you can stop it. Social media. How do you? Because if that's the precedent where it was addictive. Well, that's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So is breathing.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. Man, I don't know. I
Well,
don't.
the thing that I can understand from a perspective of like a consent, right? Because we both work in medicine and consent is an important part of our job. Um, is they kind of were not upfront about what they knew internally about the addictiveness of their product. They need to just be able to say like, yeah, it's addictive. Like we don't recommend it, but we're the ones selling it. Like that's just how it goes. And then it's up to parents to be informed and make the decision about what they should and should not allow for their children. Like it's not surprising, why was TikTok not named in this? I have no idea.
Yeah, that doesn't make any. I don't. This makes no sense to me.
No.
So they're going to appeal. I don't see how they lose this appeal. If I'm being honest, I don't get. I truly don't understand, because if they're guilty there, that's everything. So.
Well,
Okay.
it's not just that one too, because this is a separate
There's
trial
another one.
held actually in New Mexico, where same kind of thought process, but ended up with a meta $375 million verdict in civil penalties here. Sorry, I can't even speak right now. Yeah, I mean, I get that they're out of favor, and I get that more and more research over time has shown that they're dangerous to children, and I mean, shocking. You also shouldn't allow your children to gamble. Like
Yeah, I
it's.
don't.
I don't know how common sense doesn't prevail there. I mean, I also will say that the company should be better about just saying like, yeah, it's an addictive product you're
Yeah,
selling.
I'm
We
fine
don't
with
want to.
that. That makes
Yeah.
sense. The You also shouldn't be able to sell candy in stores. We know sugar's bad. So like, at
Yeah.
what point do we? Is that on the people? I don't know. This is we spiraled here on this. We started with the markets tanking. Let's talk about the ethics of this trial.
No, but it's true. Like, it's absolutely wild. Like this is it's a fascinating little thing about like moral ethical debate here. But
It
yeah,
is. Yeah,
the market's getting hit in so many different directions right now. Like I said, my comparison in the beginning, I think, is pretty reasonable. You know?
I do. I agree. You know what? Let's do this. Screw the market stuff in the first half of this video. I want the comments on if you agree or disagree with the meta thing, and if it should be held liable or not. I would like to see everyone's opinion on that.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I want to know where I stand, because I don't think they should be liable at all. This is a product. I don't get it. I don't understand how you can allow that and then sell Starburst in stores. I don't get it. It's literally terrible for you. Nowhere does it say in Starburst that it's terrible for you. They just list the nutrition facts, which no one knows how to read anyways. So I don't know.
They're delicious though and chewy.
All right, let us know in the comments and brace for more downside.
Yep. Yep. Catch you next one.